Good afternoon, you awakening wonders. I'm going to try with this mic, but I'm going to hold it in my hand so it doesn't make that sound. And it's not too close to me. It's very sensitive. I need to figure out how to make it less sensitive. Anyway, so here's my setup. My simple blindfold. I happen to buy it at the Dr. Joe Dispenza, and of course, you want noise canceling headphones. So today's topic. What does it mean when people say everything affects everything? How? Why should we care? And how can we use that to our advantage and the advantage of our fellow beautiful human souls and everything else, animals too, right, Ty? So everything affects everything. Have you guys ever noticed that if you're out there somewhere and you feel like someone is looking at you, one of the easiest way to find out is to check time on your phone, on your watch. You just check time and just pay attention to it for 2 seconds, and then you pay attention to them. They will check time too. I don't know why that works. Well, the topic will explain how that works. And then the yawn. Yawn is always contagious. Everybody knows that. If you want to know if someone is paying a lot of attention to you from across the room, you yawn, they yawn. How does that happen? Because your energy is affecting their energy. Yawn is a powerful energy. You know how when you yawn, you're almost like something, you feel it in your ears. A powerful yawn. Something like that, when it happens, it goes off in the frequency just as strong. So when you do your meditations, when you do your intentions, when you change the frequency in your aura, and you're changing the frequency in the quantum consistently. I have not missed a day of meditation. I meditate for hours a day. So, and there's plenty of time to do it. You can do it in the morning and evening. That's what I do. I do it in the morning and evening. And meditation gives you a lot of energy, because especially when you go into the very deep states of meditation, your brain is awake, but you're getting rested just as much as you would if you were sleeping, if not more, actually. There were times when we only slept for 3 hours in a night, and we're back. And we were so fresh. We jumped out of bed. It was strange. Those same people now, when went home, they say, oh, it's not happening. But that's because we were doing meditations for 5-6 hours a day. Or 7 hours that one day when we did a 5-hour meditation, and then we did another 3-hour meditations. Subsequently, we had 2 more meditations after, so even more than that. So when you do that, your autonomous nervous system, I don't know how, ANS, I'm just going to call it ANS. So your ANS, especially part of your ANS, all the way up there, your pineal gland, the pituitary glands, and these things that affect each other, and they essentially, the pineal gland, when it's translating information into the frequency. That's how the epigenetics works. Your environment affects your hormones. Your environment affects what genes turn on and turn off how. Your body is constantly translating information from the quantum, from your aura, from your frequency. So you keep changing the information in your aura. When you're out there, when you're driving, you start to pay attention to who you are, the divine in you, the mystical part of you, the quantum part of you, the part of you that you have not recognized yet, you have not become one with yet, or part of you that you just got recognized with. became one with, especially during meditations. And what you end up doing is you keep bringing yourself back, to awareness. You keep waking up from the unconscious mind, and you're becoming more and more conscious, which raises the sensitivities of your senses. And when that happens, you start to view the world different. And when you start to view the world different, the information enhances the one that you put out into the frequency, which then gets translated differently in your body, and your body changes and the frequency changes, and you become a new person. And when you change, everything around you changes. You heal, your body gets enhanced, your senses get better, you start to think differently, you start to act differently, you start to make different choices, different decisions, and it turns you into a different person. Your brain changes. You do your blood work, the blood work is different. The diseases in your bodies are disappearing. Everything in your body is changing. Everything becomes better, whole, healed. And when that starts to happen, you become the responsible party for your future desires, future experiences that you want. What a beautiful thing to realize. Patience is required for this. It's not going to happen in 5 days. It can happen in 5 days, actually. A lot of people changed a lot of things in their body in 5 days. But if your desires are bigger and larger, and everybody has different desires. Some people just want to heal. Some people need some freedom. Some people want to travel. Some people want, a house and they don't have a house. And some people, there's many things people want. And you first change yourself. Make yourself whole, clean up your energy, harmonize your energy centers, harmonize your mind and brain and body. Fix that first. And when you're fixing that, everything around you is changing. Your aura, your energy around you is changing. Dr. Joe Dispenza jokingly said that people are going to start to wonder that you've changed your medication or something is different about you. When you do that, you might lose friends. People might no longer resonate with you. The victim people, when you don't recognize as a victim around them, they won't like it. When you don't get angry like them, when you don't get bothered by the outside events as much, they won't like it. They won't like that part of you. They want the old you. But you don't want the old you. You want the divine you. And when that happens, you must be able to lovingly let go and move forward with your life, with your journey. And you will run into people that are on your frequency. You will run into people that have recognized this, that are on this practice. I meditate with hundreds of people. Yet last night we had a meditation, there were over 100 people in that meditation together. Yeah, we're not chatting and talking, but we just harmonize our energies. We become a little coherent around each other. And then we start, because we're all one in the quantum. So when you just get into there together, it impacts you more, because now you're getting impacted not only by your elevated emotions, but the collective elevated energies. And that makes a huge impact. Everybody gets to heal more. Everybody gets a larger benefit. There was a study done that they did in Dr. Joe Dispenza's event, and they realized that if you go to these events, the 7-day advanced training, where that's all you do, 3 a.m. to 9 p.m., that is all you do. And it changes everything about you. That those 7 days, people are not the same when they leave. When they go home, they're like, nothing is the same. They're looking around like, what am I doing? I don't recognize this, so you can't understand that until you go through the transformation. It's so shocking. People are crying at the end of 7 days. They don't want it to be over. They're also so excited that they found the new them, and they have said goodbye to the old them, old version of them, . So when you go through that transformation, then you become connected to everybody that you met and other people that have gone through other trainings in other parts of the world. You will also connect with them. The Facebook group that we have, only advanced meditators can join. So once you have been approved and they can see that you're the advanced meditators, you can then join those groups. There's 30,000 people in there. 30,000 people that you can connect to that think like you, that are on the same journey. And everybody wants to get each other excited and riled up, and they have questions. And they're like, I felt this, and is this normal? And I felt that, and I went through this, and I just feel like X and Y. And everybody's like, oh, this happened to me too. Well, mine was a little bit different, but here's what I think, and I think here's what you're doing, and you're thinking too much, or you're judging yourself, and blah, blah, blah. And then it just happens. You just keep doing that. Can you imagine? People are talking all day. I'm on like 5 different groups. And depending on what I want to talk about, I'll go to a specific group and I'll ask questions, and they'll ask questions and I'll answer questions. And you're constantly reiterating. What it does is it wakes you up, keeps you aware, keeps you from becoming unconscious programming yourself. And when you're conscious that much, when you're aware that much, what you're doing is you're constantly programming yourself. You're programming your unconscious mind. Not only from the meditations, but the awareness. When I'm driving, I'll pick an energy center and I'll focus on it. You know, I will start to feel like the person that I want to be. I will start to feel like the person that wants to have the experiences, that is having the experiences that I want to experience. You know, I will drive as that person. I'll walk as that person. I will sit and feel like that person. And as I do that over and over and over again, the frequency around me, the energy, the aura around me starts to change. And if I keep sending that same strong frequency, same strong thinking and emotional and the connection and everything else over and over and over and over again, the quantum or the hologram, everything changes. The quantum's like, well, this is what he wants. He keeps sending this signal. That's what he wants. And then as it translates in your quantum hologram, then the hologram changes. You know, we're playing a character. We're on earth to play a character. So because we're playing the character, and this is nothing but a hologram around me, we can change the hologram, people. Why do you guys not want to play with this? This should have been all over the news. People knew this a long time ago, you know, but people just didn't say it the way amazing neurosurgeons explain it, quantum physicists explain it, you know? And then when they measure your brain activity while you meditate, when you go into theta mode, you know, when you go into REM, when you go into gamma, it's just, you know, they can see your heart signals. And then when your heart and brain becomes coherent, the signals of the heart turn into what a perfect snowflake would look like. Or if you have a pan, if you put milk or something on top of a speaker, and then it'll dance and it'll make these beautiful patterns as long as the music is beautiful. And if you just make random sounds, then it'll make ugly designs. So that's how your brain behaves, and that's how your heart behaves. We find it fascinating when we watch, you know, those videos on YouTube. You know, when the water makes beautiful patterns, you know, our hearts and brain and our body makes these patterns. Except the scientists and neuroscientists are now actually capturing it. And then they show it to us and we're like, what? Really? It took me this long in my current experience of life in this hologram to find this information out. But hey, nothing will ever be the same again. I'm not the same person. And the fact that you find out how powerful you are, oh boy, everything changes. It's hard for you to judge anything or anyone. In fact, when you get angry at somebody, your reaction time is so little that as soon as you feel the energy, the negative energy of your anger. You start to be like, you know what? I'd rather feel like my future self. I'd rather feel harmonized with my energies than to feel this. And you start to see a version of you in that person, the old version of you. You start to feel sorry for them. You start to feel bad for them. You almost want to just bless them with your energy. You just want to give them some positive energy, which is good. That's how you heal people. And whenever you give other people love energy, it just turns around and hits you back too. It comes back right back around. That's why when you heal other people, it heals you back. The quantum heals you right back. Because the energy you put away in some way, shape, or form will come back and affect your hologram. The frequencies you put out affects your hologram. The thoughts you put out affects your hologram. Everything affects the way you experience life. Everything you put out. And when you realize that truly, you're like, why am I going to get angry? Why am I going to judge people? Because when I do that, it's going to affect my life, literally. There was a saying once, I forgot, I'm gonna butcher it if I say it. It's something like, average people talk about, discuss people, and wise people discuss ideas, and then someone wiser than that, I guess, they think all judgment or talking about people is, or all blame is a waste of time and it's useless. Something like that. Obviously, I butchered it, but I'm sure some of you guys must recognize where I was going with that. I'm not going to edit this out. Screw it. Guys, when you go through this journey, you will go through this period where you're going to constantly want to tell everybody how happy you are. And you can, but you should only share that with people that are on the same journey with you. Everyone else will think that you're on drugs. I'll call my friends and I'll say, did I tell you how happy I am? Or I'll just text them randomly. Have I ever told you how happy I freaking am? That my being, my brain, my aura is having an orgasm, guys. And you can't just say that to people that have no clue what you mean by that. But the people that you can connect with, people that are on this journey, you say that, you get their feedback, they tell you how they feel, what they're going through, what their experiences are, how they felt when they did certain meditations, walking meditations, when they were driving, because it'll affect you. Your meditations will affect you while you're washing dishes, you're in the shower, you're driving, and all of a sudden this things will just hit you. And you're like, whoa! Suddenly you'll just feel this infinite love. Suddenly you'll just feel this infinite amount of energy. Suddenly you feel this joy. Suddenly you're going to feel like some part of your body is having an orgasm. Now, don't think of that as genitals, guys. I'm talking just feeling love in parts of your aura and body. I don't know how else to say it. So orgasm is the closest thing that I can think of. So different parts of your body will have orgasms, essentially. Experience it. Who wouldn't want to experience this? Why wouldn't you? You will not be the same. Life will become so joyful, so complete, so whole. I was talking to a friend of mine. I was talking about you. And this idea came to me. I was like, I need to talk about this. As she and I were discussing back and forth her meditation, my meditation, how it went. And this just clicked on me. I was like, people need to understand a little bit more about this. Why should you do it? How does it feel? Certain things. And how it feels is different from person to person, but there's a lot of overlaps. There's a lot of overlaps. And there might be some small differences that are different. You will feel things in different parts of your body than I would, let's say. But this is magic. Become magical, become mystical, become divine. And you can all do it just using your hologram, your awareness, your attention. Really? That's all it takes, and we're not doing it to experience being a magician. Oh my God. I'm going to keep screaming until I wake up enough people. In fact, this is the mission of life now. I just want to wake people up, and I want to tell them how. Now, I can't teach you things like a neuroscientist would. I can't do a 7-day training with Dr. Joe Dispenza. All I can do is give you my experience. And I'm going to wake you up by inspiring you with how I'm going to go through life. As I change homes, as I change my life, as I upgrade things, as I go through different experiences, I'm going to record it all. And I'm going to show the world what my spiritual journey looked like. And I'm excited and hoping that it'll inspire enough people for people to wake up, because what you don't understand is you can change other people's auras. You can affect other people's auras. You can shed some of their negativities off of them. You know, Dr. Joe Dispenza have started to do a walk for the world meditation. So it's a walking meditation, and people around the world do it. So they did it. People did it in 167 countries. And do you know what happened? This will blow your mind. If this doesn't blow your mind, you are too asleep in your unconscious programming. So people did a walking meditation at the same time in 167 countries, and that meditation alone changed the electromagnetic field of Earth. The entire planet electromagnetic field was affected. It raised the energy of the entire planet, because people from 167 countries at the same time raised their energy, became divine, went deep into the meditation, expanded their auras, filled it all with love, and gave that love to the entire planet. You don't think that affected everybody in the world's auras, energies? I bet there were a lot of people just sitting, just thinking, driving, and they just felt this jolt of something. And we have started to do that every month. There's going to be one for every month. And of course, every month there's going to be a little bit more people that are going to join us. This is a mission to wake people up. I'm doing it in my way by sharing my journey. Dr. Joe Dispenza has dedicated his entire life doing this. Sadhguru has been doing this. Eckhart Tolle has been doing this. There's many other people that have been doing this, right? Jay Shetty, other people. And everybody has their own flavor. But instead of me creating my flavor, I'm actually giving you raw data of here's what I'm going through, guys. Here's what I'm going through as I do this. You know? And give you a little bits and pieces of information of how you might feel, and just to inspire you a little bit, to just give you a little bit of motivation so you can try it. You know? So, stay awake. Change your auto programming. Stop sleepwalking through life. Start thinking new things. Start experiencing new things. Start saying new words. Change your terminology. Change your words. You change your words, you change your thoughts. You change your thoughts, you change your frequency. You change your frequency, you change your hologram. You change your hologram, you change your actions. You change your actions, you have new disciplines in life. When you have new disciplines in life, everything in your life changes. Your entire experience of life upgrades to what you were attempting to, what that frequency required, what that frequency it was that you threw out in there is going to come back and give you evidence in your life. So I'm going to leave you with that. And I hope you guys have an amazing, amazing Friday. Weekend is here. It's a holiday season, my favorite time of the year. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful, blessed day. And I love you.